Hello everyone. It's been a long time coming since our last guide, where we talked about advanced features for train life. And if you missed that video, check it out by clicking the link right here. And come back to this one when you're done. So, with that out of the way, it's time to talk about something that train life community still has some issues with, and that's company management and city leveling. If you're new here and you're just getting into train life, you might be wondering, what is company management? In short, when you reach level 1 in train life, you get to start your journey in the business of transportation. So, you'll get to buy more trains, hire or fire drivers, send them on routes to complete jobs, and while you're doing that, you can also level your cities as you send more and more drivers to your destinations. The higher you level up your city, the more perks and bonuses that you get for your trains, such as lower fueling costs, more money from your employees, and fine reduction. Sounds neat, right? Well, it's time to go over the basics when it comes to these aspects of train life, and hopefully you'll even learn a thing or two. So without further ado, let's get into it. When you're just starting off in company management, you won't be able to hire any drivers until you've reached level 1. You will need to drive the train yourself until you're able to do that. However, the number of cities you would need to visit will be a small amount, so don't worry, just start driving. A little side note. Your drivers won't be able to complete the game for you, so you won't be able to just sit there and rake in all the cash without doing anything. You will need to keep your train moving at a rate of at least 20 kilometers per hour for the drivers and their tasks to complete. Otherwise, they will pause. There's no room for any lazy bones in train life. Once you reach level 1, you'll be able to click on an empty slot in the employees list menu, and from there, you'll be able to hire your first employee. Keep in mind that there is a hiring fee that you need to pay depending on the employee's skill level, which you can see right next to their picture. The higher level they are, the more you must pay. So if you're just starting out, you probably won't be able to afford the most expensive one, so start small. Learn to crawl before you can walk. Once you hire a driver or two, you'll be able to start sending them on tasks, right? Nope. Are they supposed to run on the tracks? Or maybe use one of these? However comical that would be, you have to buy your driver some trains they can work on. Keep in mind, if you're rolling in the dough, you can buy more than one of the same train. Once you hired an employee and bought him or her a train, you're ready to go. Right? Wrong. Well, there's still one more loop you have to jump through, and that is unlocking cities for your drivers. You must visit them yourself at least once in the game for your drivers to start making routes. You'll have the option to choose the destination that you want to send your driver. Every driver is always at his or her location. The location is always shown as a station, along with the city and country. A newly hired driver always starts at the city warehouse of the player's starting city. Before you send your driver on a route, you must choose a type of cargo you want to deliver. You can choose between hard goods like steel sheets, crude oil, coal, iron ore, and much more. Also, it's good to know that not all trains can deliver cargo and passengers. As you can see in this example, I assigned the UIF M93P to one of my drivers, and I can only pick up and deliver hard good materials like heating oil, lumber, flour, and other similar materials. Each station can produce and accept certain kinds of materials. Depending on the material, distance to the destination, and number of wagons you give your drivers will determine the amount of money and experience you get from the driver after the delivery is completed. Also, a good thing to remember is that passengers and postage are delivered to different stations. If you don't choose any destination for them, the task will not yield any money or XP. In the Create a Task panel, you can also give your driver specific directions on if they should wait until the full load is complete or wait on the full delivery. When telling your driver to wait for a full load, the driver waits up to 5 real minutes to try and obtain a full load. This is useful for longer hauls where the initial waiting time doesn't really impact the reward per hour nearly as much as an extra wagon or two does. You can also tell them to keep repeating the tasks. This is a good strategy that will help you jumpstart your company management experience at the beginning of the game. Each driver takes a cut of the money and gains experience. You can see this information at the bottom of the Create a Task panel, where it shows you how much percent the driver will take. Once the task is completed, the player is rewarded based on the complexity of the task, for example, number of wagons the driver took and length of the assignment, and after a few routes, they will start leveling up. You can also give them perks if you're not satisfied with their performance. You can always drop the axe on them. Once you fire a driver, the same driver can never be hired again. so choose wisely. If you fire a driver, all the current tasks the driver is on will be stopped immediately and no rewards will be given. Any equipped locomotive, including all customizations, are returned to the player. When it comes to city leveling, there are two ways of getting your cities leveled up. You can do tasks, which are basically amounts of certain goods that must be delivered over any number of hulls to level up cities, or you can send drivers out on jobs to level up that way. Keep in mind, not every task counts for city experience. In the Create a Task menu for your drivers, there's a check mark on the bottom or an X notifying you if the task you're sending your driver on counts for the city experience. So when assigning tasks to your drivers, please take this into consideration. As you level up your cities, you'll be able to increase your reward for certain types of cargo deliveries, gain perks, and earn money from your drivers. Pro tip: when you're just starting off leveling up your cities and sending your drivers out on tasks, you should repeat a few routes so you can gain the perks and experience early in the game to make progress for your company. And that about wraps it up, folks. If there's anything that I missed or failed to touch up on, please let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to explain further details regarding any aspect of the game. If you would like to follow the early access development of Train Life and what we've done so far in the game, feel free to check out our public Trello and follow us on social media for news and updates. All the links are down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.